你们好，我们接着学中文里的时间表达。So this time is part 6. We're going to learn the duration of an action and the duration of a non-action. So far we have learned all the different things in this category, points in time, and then we have learned how to express frequency. And then right now we're learning the duration of time. Let's have an overview. So first of all, we're going to review the expressions for the time duration, and then we're going to learn the two different types of duration of action and duration of non-action. Duration of time expressions, 5秒钟 is 5 seconds, 10分钟 10 minutes, 半个小时 half an hour, 一个半小时 1.5 hour, an hour and a half, 2个小时，小时 can be replaced with 钟头。一天、2天、3天 so 天 itself is the measure word, right? 一天、2天、3天，一个月、2个月、3个月 so 月 you have to use 个。一个星期、2个星期 1 week, 2 weeks, 一年、2年、3年 so 天 and 年 they themselves are the measure words. You don't need to put a 个 you can't put a 个 however 月星期、学期 semester, you have to use 个。一个学期、2个学期、3个学期 semesters. Now let's look at how to express the duration of a habitual action. Subject, time frame, verb, object, and then the verb repeated, and then the duration of time. 我每天 every day 做中文功课 Chinese homework做2个小时 you have to repeat 做 and then the duration of time. This is the other way. Subject, time frame, verb, and then the duration of time and the object. The is optional. 我每天做2个小时的中文功课 so either way is fine. Did you notice that for duration of action, the duration of time has to be after the verb, right? It's different from the point in time. 我昨天打球了。我前天吃了很多饭。So the point in time expression has to be before the verb. However, the duration of time has to be after the verb. Now, let's do one activity right now. Write down in Chinese in full sentence one thing that you do every day and how long you spend doing it. You have to use the two different ways to express the same thing. Now let's look at duration of a completed action. 我昨天做中文功课做了2个小时。You have to use le, but the le has to be after the second verb, not the second verb, after the repeated verb. 做功课做了。In this case, you use the verb only once, so you put le right after the verb. 我昨天做了2个小时的中文功课。Let's practice. Activity number 2. Write down in Chinese one thing that you did yesterday and how long you spent doing it. You have to use the two different ways to express the same thing. Duration of an action. This action has continued for a while and will last into the future. That means you have been doing something for a certain period of time. Subject, verb, object, and then repeat the verb and le. Duration of time, another le. That means you're still doing it. It will last into the future. 我做中文功课做了2个小时了。And now you're doing it. In the past 2 hours, you have been doing it. Now you're doing it, and you will continue doing it. Again, there's the other way to express the same thing. 我做了2个小时的中文功课了。Again, there are 2 le. Activity number 3. Write down in Chinese how long you have been watching this video. 学习时间的视频 means the video on learning about time. 学习时间的视频。So, how many le do you need to use? And where should you put them? Pay attention to the location of the two le's. And you need to write in two different ways. Duration of an action in the future. 因为我明天有中文考试，所以 because tomorrow I have a Chinese test, 所以我今天晚上学中文要学5个小时。So you put 要 or 会 before the verb that is repeated, right? 我今天晚上学中文要学5个小时。You can also say, you can pause here and think how you use the other way to say it. 我今天晚上要学5个小时的中文。要学 So you put 会 or 要 right before the verb. Now let's look at duration of non-action. And first we're going to look at the duration of non-action in the past. 我去年 last year 3个月没学中文。真的吗？这是老师，对不对？真的吗？我去年3个月没学中文。Did you notice where you put the duration of action? That's before the negation, right? 没学中文。However, the time frame is before the duration. You have to set up the time frame when the non-action happened or nothing happened. So now let's look at, let's practice. How many weeks or months didn't you see your friends last year? Maybe due to the pandemic? Write down the full sentence. Think about where you put the duration of non-action. It's before the negation, right? Now let's look at the duration of non-action, which lasts until the present and will maybe last into the future. 我2天没学中文了. So there's only one le and you the same structure. 2天没学中文了。什么？真的吗？ The next activity, how long haven't you seen your mom? Write down the full sentence. 因为我不能回中国，所以我2年没见我的妈妈了。我2年没有看见我的妈妈了。你呢？ Now the duration of non-action in the future. 因为要减肥，减肥 means to lose weight, 所以我决定 decide 我要3个月不吃肉，不吃米饭，肉 meat. So this expresses the determination of you, right? How another case, 因为我明天去中国，我们会很长时间 for a long time 不能见面 not able to see each other. You can also use this structure to give instructions. 你3个月别吃肉 Don't eat meat for 3 months. 你1个星期不能上网 You can't use the internet for 1 week. Imagine that. For 1 whole week, you don't have the internet. Now the last activity. What suggestion would you give to your friend who has an eye problem because he uses his computer too much? And this is the end of the time expression part 6.